Hi, I am Stephanie, I'm an artist, and if you don't know me, I do things like this and that. I also draw, and sometimes I paint. Now, in today's video, I would like to discuss with you something that has been going on my nerves for quite a while, and that is social media, and more specifically Instagram. Now, I have an Instagram that is fairly big. I have over 200,000 followers, but my engagement rate has been dropping consistently. And this is something I would like to touch on because it sucks, but also to kind of reassure you if you're trying to grow your Instagram account and it's not working. Because we're in 2021, Instagram is completely crowded, and growing organically right now is near impossible. Let's be honest, it's just near impossible. Unless you do art that is very trending, then of course, good on you. But if you do art that is either more personal or more grown up, then it's going to be very difficult. But that doesn't mean that your art career is going to die. No. And this is why I want to do this video. Because I've seen so many people depressed about the Instagram stats, and I feel that it's just not very productive. You have to understand that Instagram likes do not equal the quality of your work. And I have a very good example of that. I shared on my Instagram page, where's my phone? So I shared maybe 2 months ago or something like that, on my Instagram feed, a study of some flowers and a bee. It's a nice study, it's decorative, it's accessible, it's okay. I mean, it looks nice. I got 7,000 likes on this one. Now, 7,000 likes for an account like mine is not exceptional. It's, I would say, depending on which account you look at, it's pretty normal, but we're going to get to that in a minute, so don't think, okay, if I have more than 200 or around 200,000 followers, I have to get that amount of likes. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's just like, it's fairly normal. It used to be normal. This picture here, 7,000 likes. I probably took half a day, a lazy half a day to make this. It's just a study, okay? It's okay, it's nice. I mean, I understand why it was popular, but it's not a proper artwork. It's, again, just a study. Nothing against studies, but yeah. And then I have this one. It's an artwork on which I worked over a few months, and I think it's really good. It's a proper artwork. I'm not saying it's a masterpiece. I would not be here on YouTube if I would be able to make masterpieces. But this one got, I think, 3,000 likes, something like that, to half of that one. Now, does that mean that the study is better than the artwork? No, it doesn't. Absolutely not. And if you think that, then you've got a problem on your hands. And this is something that I see repeatedly on Instagram, not just on my feed, but on other people's feeds of artists I follow or friends, artists that I follow or like. And sometimes certain posts will blow up for unknown reasons, while other artworks, which are far superior, will get just a fraction of just... My cat was out, so sorry. So I cannot quite stress that out enough, but getting a lot of likes does not mean that that specific artwork is better than an artwork which will get a lot less likes. So you really have to keep that in mind, because as an artist, we're very sensitive people, a little bit too much sometimes. But you all know, I mean, it's no news, but you get a dopamine kick whenever you get a lot of likes. And then I've seen a lot of artists struggle with that. Luckily, I don't care enough about what people think. So, I mean, the masses, I care what certain people think, but not the masses. So if I see that one study gets more likes than my artwork, I will not be pushed, I will not be bullied by that and start making more studies. I know, because I'm very focused on what I want to do, and I'm very egocentric in that way, and it's a good thing. As an artist, you have to be egocentric in the sense that not egomaniac, but egocentric. You have to focus on what interests you as an artist. I'm talking more fine art, of course, because if you are an illustrator or if you do the digital art things, I don't remember the name. Character development, game development, you know, that kind of digital art. You do work with clients, so that's a bit different. And then you do work for the masters, so again a bit different. But in the fine art department, where you do work that's pretty much useless, another topic. When you do artworks that are going to be sold to an art collector and that are more focused on your vision of the world, so yeah, it's a niche. You have to be focused on yourself, because if you start wondering about what gets the most likes and start to shift your style or what you're interested in towards that specific what works, then you are going to kill yourself as an artist. Really, you want to show your own vision of the world. It's probably not going to please everybody, but that's okay, because that's not what you're looking for. So that's really the first thing that I cannot stress enough. Likes do not equal quality of your artwork, and you have to understand that you have to stay focused on what interests you as an artist and not what gets the most likes. If the two things collide, then that's great. I mean, you're a lucky, really lucky artist. And I've been there. I used to do art, or a form of art that was very popular, and I got so many likes and it was great. And then I changed, and now my work is less popular. And that's okay, because I'm more interested in what I do now than what I used to do back then. But yeah, a thing to keep in mind. Now, the second point. As important as it is to look at other artists' work and to compare your work to the work, not the likes, the work, the artwork. Why is it so important? Because that's how you can improve. If you look just at your own artwork and you just are focused on, and if you just focused on reference pictures, that's all fine and good. But you don't know where to place yourself in a bigger art world, and also you're not never going to be pushed to be better. Like, you could do something that is mildly realistic, and then you'll be like, oh, did pretty well on that one. But then you look at someone else's artworks and you're like, maybe I should improve, and that's good. I think it's really important to compare yourself to other artworks, to other artists, just so that you can get the motivation to get better. So that's all fine and good. However, please don't do that. Don't even think of it, of comparing likes and engagement, because you're going to be crushed. So don't do that, because if you start looking at other people's stats, I know an artist who does great illustration. I'm really glad he's doing well. And he has, I think, about 30,000 followers, and recently his posts have gotten a lot of likes, which is great for him. I'm awesome. But what I'm trying to say is his last post, I think, went viral, and he has something like 25,000 likes on that post, and the posts just before are between 1,500 and 2,000. And again, he has 30,000 followers. Now, I, on my latest post, have also just between 1,500 likes and 2,000 likes. And I have over 200,000 followers. So if I were to just look at those stats, I would be like, I suck. Might as well stop all of this, you know? But if I look at my art career, I'm doing well. I'm having a solo show planned next year. I'm going to be featured in an art magazine soon. I get interviews. I sell my artwork. I'm doing all right. My career is fine. I'm not super rich, but I mean, no artist is. So if I just look at the stats of my social media, I could get depressed. But it's not a reflection of my actual art career, and it's also not a reflection of the quality of my artwork. I'm not saying that this artist is not doing great artwork. He's amazing. I'm going to link his Instagram down below. It's a Spanish guy, Borja. I don't know how you pronounce it. Wocha, probably, illustration, something like that. I will link it down below. He's doing amazing. I'm really glad he's getting so much engagement lately. It was just an example to show you. I can find many examples where you compare likes, but again, it's a bit pointless because it's not showing anything about the quality of the artwork. Now, does that mean you should ditch Instagram? Generally speaking, I would say no, but it depends. If you're struggling to grow an account, and if you're not, I don't know, if you're under 1,000 followers and it seems like it's just a waste of your time, a waste of your energy, and everything is just very negative around it, then yeah, maybe ditch it. Because it's not bringing you anything positive, then it makes no sense. Now, in my case, I might be stagnant at my 203,000 followers. I haven't grown them for a year. I think I've been basically the same amount of followers for about a year. I drop sometimes a little down, like 202, and then I go up again if I get featured in an art magazine at 204, and then I go back to 203. So it's very stagnant. But I have a blue check because I asked for it. You actually just have to ask for it, but you have to have had some consistency on that platform. I have that huge account. I still have decent engagement, and this gives me some credibility as an artist. Now, this sounds kind of silly, but art galleries will look at your Instagram account, and if you have a lot of followers, then it's a bonus. It's not going to help you out. I mean, if you do shit artwork, no galleries are going to want to work with you. So you do have to do artworks that fit with the gallery's theme. But if you have a huge Instagram account and a very strong presence on the internet, then yeah, I would say just keep it, just try to detach yourself from it. Post just once a week, don't really look at your likes, and just learn to be detached from it, you know? Take it as what it is. You're being bullied by an algorithm. That's basically, social media is getting bullied by an algorithm. Do you really want to lose against a machine? I don't think so. Post things and then don't look at your stats. Engage with people who comment, be nice to others, support the art from other artists, but yeah, keep it like low-key, you know? Now, the last thing that I've never really thought of, but that I read recently, it was a comment on a YouTube video, and that comment was from Tio Yishi. I'm sure you know him if you're here. He does great videos on YouTube. I'm also going to link that down below. And he does a lot of reviews he does urban sketching, so a lot of reviews are about watercolors and supplies. Anyway, so he commented on another video, I think it was Holly, and he said that when you post on YouTube or when you post on your blog, then the post doesn't get lost in time. Meaning, when you post on Instagram or when you post on Twitter, your post is only relevant for a few hours to a few days, and then it's kind of dead and it doesn't matter anymore. No one is going to find your work from a post 3 years ago. However, when you blog and when you do YouTube videos, it will, because there's a search engine that goes with it. And when you online search, you usually find YouTube videos and blog posts. So those two things are much more important for your art career, even if you don't see the immediate results of them, because you put your work out there and it's there to stay. Whereas with Instagram and social media in general, it's a fleeting moment. It's a bit like, I always saw social media as a platform where you basically shout, I exist, here I am. And that's fair enough, that's good, that it's still important to use them, but you really have to understand that if you put all your efforts only on social media, you're going to have a problem in a few years from now. Because let me tell you, Instagram is fairly new. Before that, there were other websites. There were other social media that existed. And Instagram is going to die sooner or later and going to be replaced by something else. Something to keep in mind. If you want to have a career in the fine art, then good luck. and build up a portfolio, have a website, have a blog on it. You don't have to do it daily, of course not even weekly. Once or twice a month is quite enough, but do it regularly. Talk about your work on social media. Don't let it get to your head either way, because it can go, I think, in the other direction. Like you're getting so many likes and so much things that you think you're amazing. And I mean, maybe you are. I don't know you. Maybe you are amazing. I'm sure you are amazing. But let's be honest, most of us are average. And just because one post gets a huge amount of likes doesn't mean that you're better than others. That makes sense? Okay? So that's also a thing to keep in mind, because the moment you think you're better than everyone else, it's the moment your art is going to die. Because you will never improve and you will get stuck at that moment. We're like, oh, look how amazing I am. And you're not. In fact, nobody is amazing. Well, I mean, there are a few geniuses here and there. I cannot think of anyone right now, living, I mean, but there are a few geniuses. But most likely you're not a genius. Like, I'm not a genius, that's just how it is, and that's fine. But yeah, so a few things that I wanted to talk about with you. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Don't get bullied by the algorithm. Avoid trends. Stay focused on your own interests. Be real. Don't be in denial. Be critical about your own artwork. Be critical about what you're doing. Yeah, and also rest. Completely unrelated, but yeah, everyone needs to rest in a while, so that's important too. That's all I had to say for today. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, because the algorithm likes it, and we're slaves to the algorithm, sadly. So this is the world we live in. We're slaves to machines. In actually more ways you might think. We cannot really live without machines and electricity nowadays, but that's another topic. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, share, whatnot. Maybe subscribe if you want, and if you don't, that's fine too. And yeah, have a lovely day. Bye.